Sean O'Neill, the Essential Talent podcast, very special guest, keynote speaker Kieran Read, 128 tests for the All Blacks, 52 as the captain, 156 games for the Crusaders, of course, making plenty of finals in the Super Rugby for the Crusaders. KJ, thanks for making some time for us today.
Yeah, no worries, Sean. It's good to be here, mate. Yeah,
As
it's
we
exciting having a finals footy, but maybe a bit different for us Crusaders fans down here, mate, not having us in it.
As we head into the final, Blues versus Chiefs, you know, when we book you, you talk about leadership. That's your specialty, really, I think, leadership and culture. Tell me this, what role does a leader take? Give us some insights as we head into these finals. What will they be doing? The coaches, the captains?
Yeah, look, I think it becomes even more important right at this time of the season for those leaders to really show some calmness. I think, you know, what the team's looking for is those guys to show, yep, we belong here. We're capable of competing and winning titles and winning these big games. And so from a leader's point, it's not panicking. It's not showing that we need to do anything extra special. It's about sticking to those key points that we've spoken about all year. Keeping a real calmness about your kind of voice and the way you operate, your body language, and really leading the team in that space, I guess. You know, because there's so much excitement generally within a team heading into a finals game that in some ways it's just holding them back a little bit throughout the week and making sure that, you know, they keep that energy up before the Saturday.
Can you give us a few more insights into that finals pressure and how it is different to, you know, a round robin game, for example?
Yeah, I think, like, you know, when you talk about expectations and so much more scrutiny on a finals game, and naturally everyone lifts their performance, right, in a finals game. So the level's up, so the skill level, the intensity of what teams bring comes up, obviously, when there's one-off games. And I think that's the beauty of it. And with that brings the pressure. You know, that's the tough thing that you might see in finals, right? Is you see the players that maybe struggle, the players that really step up because they embrace that pressure and embrace that challenge. So another key role for those, you know, captains and leaders in those teams is, you know, really nutting down the reality of what it will be on Saturday night. Hopefully a sold out Eden Park and, you know, pretty cool atmosphere to play in. So look at it in a positive framework rather than a negative, and looking at the pressure can really lift you up and improve your performance.
Hey, look, I know the whole country is buzzing about this final. Can you tell us who are some of the key players that we should be looking out for that could actually influence the outcome of this final?
There's obviously some great players in both teams. I think in a final it comes down to, you know, how well you defend, and probably up front if you can get some ascendancy in that intensity battle and win the breakdowns and things like that. So I'll look at the loose forwards, and I think probably the key to both sides are their loose forward trios. So the Chiefs with Finau, Jacobson and Satita, who's been outstanding probably in the last couple of weeks. But Finau and Jacobson do so much work. They get off the line, they hit guys. So they do a great job. And then conversely, the Blues, I think with Papali'i, he's probably one of the best loose forwards in the comp. You know, put Satutu on there at the back, who's I've been really impressed with Ione as well. So, like, I think that's the difference. Whoever out of those two loose forward trios has the best game, I think, may sway it to their side, because, you know, their backs are outstanding on both sides. But sometimes in finals, with the amount of intensity that's brought, you know, you might not get too many opportunities. So the loose forwards will counteract that, I think, from each other.
Essential talent, and before we ask for a prediction, and then we'll wrap this up because I know you're busy. Essential talent has been really lucky enough to work with a lot of All Blacks. And I say to people, you know, they're just all good guys. You know, they're never late. They're always very humble. What is it that you have taken away? I know obviously this is the friendships and so forth that you'll have for the rest of your life. But as an All Black, what what are some key things that you took away from that entire experience and rugby in general that is helping you in your life and what you do post rugby?
Oh, plenty, mate. Like the game has given me so much, and definitely what I'm doing now, which is helping organizations, businesses, doing keynotes, helping their teams and their leadership and performance programs. Um, it's all taken from my experiences in that really high pressure, high scrutiny environment of the All Blacks. And so the couple of key things there is how you work together, how you bring a team together from different parts of walks of life, backgrounds, whatever it is, right? Bring them to a common purpose and align them and make sure everyone's on the same page. So that's a crucial one that I learned through there, but also understanding then the relationship piece within that. So probably don't know, but there's a lot of vulnerability that has to be shown in that All Black environment. It's an environment of learning. Like you've just got to keep pushing each other, and so if you can't, ask for help, or you can't be willing to take a bit of feedback on board, you don't last. So that's where I think the real great teams get to, when they can be willing to just keep growing, keep learning, adapt when things don't go your way, and build through that. So they're the two main ones, but there's plenty that I'm very grateful for from the opportunity I had in my career.
Who is going to win and why and by how much? Let's have a prediction by one of our great leaders and our great rugby players.
Yeah, I know. And I probably haven't watched enough of the footy. I watched the last weekend's games. And, I'm torn a little bit in some ways. I grew up in counties, so Blues originally, and now we're with the Chiefs. So there's I supported a couple of those teams in my teenage years. But look, I think the Blues at home may just get over the line. I think probably with the Chiefs losing a couple of players, their hookers going down, could have a big impact. So look, it's going to be a great game. So sorry, Sean, mate.
Well, that's incredible.
I don't know the scoreline. I don't know what the scoreline could be, but I think it's going to be close. It'll be a couple of points. So it might be 20-18, or 23-25, something like that.
Well, that's incredibly disappointing, KJ. You've always been a great guy, and we've always loved booking you for these events. And that's where the relationship's going to have to end. No,
yeah,
thank you.
Sorry, mate.
Thank you, mate. And thank you so much for giving your time today and giving us some insights as we head into this really exciting final.
No worries at all, mate. Cheers.